I think it can help a lot of people in difficult times. That's another reason why I love this game.
Danil Dendi Ishutin is a famous Ukrainian esportsman, the world's first Dota 2 champion. Over the years of his professional career, Dendi has experienced ups and downs, but he never gave up, remaining one of the most positive and charismatic gamers in the world. We'll tell you all this and more in this video. Danil Dendi Ishutin, how the Dota legend lives and how much he earns. Danil Ishutin was born on December 30, 1989, in an ordinary family in Lviv, Ukraine. He has an older brother Artem and a sister Kate. All children studied at the music school at the insistence of their musician mother Irina. Danil played the piano. The boys also did acrobatics and dancing. He grew up to be a very artistic child and often performed in school musical performances. Father Alexander provided for the family with many children, so the Ishutin family lived poorly, as many did in the 1990s. They also had to live in the same apartment with their grandmother. But, by the way, it was she who bought her grandchildren their first computer in 1997, something most children in those years could only dream of. As the youngest child, Danil rarely got to play on the PC, but even in those happy moments his family restricted him, as they were worried that the boy would become addicted. Quake and Doom were the first games that interested our hero. Then, he started playing all the games available at that time, and especially Ishutin liked Heroes of Might and Magic 2. When his older brother Artem got married, he moved away from his parents and took his PC with him. But despite this, Danil didn't stop playing games, because there was an internet club near his home where he was a regular visitor. The teenager spent all his free time playing Warcraft 3 and even managed to win a few tournaments, playing for development there. The boy was very fond of computer games, but as he himself admits, he would hardly have devoted his life to them if not for the tragedy in his family. His father died of cancer. The thing is that Danil and his father were very close. They understood each other without words, and fishing was their common hobby. Once they agreed to spend a day off together with Daddy to do their favorite thing, but Alexander didn't come, which had never happened before. That day, the head of the family went to the hospital, where he found out about his serious illness. The cancer spread very quickly, and soon Alexander Ishutin died. Danil lost not only his father, but also his best friend. Since then, he no longer enjoys fishing, because that favorite pastime became associated with the death of his father.
Crying a lot. I was sad about I couldn't say him many times how much I love him.
To cope with the pain, our hero tried to distract himself in every way possible, and the best way was to play games. In 2005, Danil became interested in an online multiplayer game called Dota, which was one of the many expansions of the Warcraft 3 game world. At that time, Dota was just gaining popularity, and there were no tournaments specifically on this game yet. World Cyber Games, held once a year, and including not only Dota but also other popular games, were considered the Cybersports World Championships. He mastered his gaming skills in small championships held at computer clubs without any sponsorship. Danil organized his first team on his own, writing a post on a cybersports forum, surprised that there was no Ukrainian team among the participants of international tournaments. At the time, many users considered this action silly and childish, but nevertheless, it paid off because Ishutin met strong gamers and successfully performed with them at the local level. This bold move helped him to make a name for himself in the world of esports and get an invitation to the first series team. For example, in 2006, at the age of 16, Danil, playing under the nickname Dendi, started a professional esports career in the Ukrainian Walker gaming team led by Captain Alex Trofimenko, the strongest Ukrainian player of that time, who played under the nickname Travka. In 2007, Ishutin became a member of the Ukrainian team that took third place in the MYM Prime Nations tournament, and a few months later, he reached the finals of the most prestigious MYM Prime defending online Dota tournament as a member of the Walker gaming team. This event was a turning point in Dendi's career and brought him worldwide fame. In 2008, Walker Gaming received a lucrative business offer, which resulted in its teaming up with the players of King Surf International, which was later renamed into KS Int. At the same time, other organizations began to appear on the esports market. One of them was the Russian DTS team, which Ishutin soon joined, playing in the position of a support player, a minor character. One day, Ishutin decided to return to his old team, but the team was so different that he was unable to play with the other players because of the language barrier. So a few months later, he left the team and continued to play for DTS. The guys trained hard and won prizes and championships, which made the team the strongest in the CIS. In 2010, DTS won the ASUS Open Spring Championship in Moscow. This victory ensured the team a paid quota to participate in the ESWC Championship in Paris, where DTS met in the finals with the Chinese team eHome, whose players were then rightly called robots. In that match, DTS lost to the team from the Celestial Empire, earning $7,000 for second place. However, after a few months, Dendi and his team went to Wuhan for the 2010 World Dota Championship, where they took revenge on eHome, and no one had ever overthrown the Chinese with such a flawless performance. This fight went down in the history of the World Dota scene, but DTS won only third place at the end of the tournament. After that, the team took part in several more championships, but Dota's popularity gradually faded, and Dendi thought that his career in esports had come to an end. However, in the fall of 2010, the Valve company, which develops computer games, announced plans to release a new map very similar to Dota, but on a different platform, with different characters and features. Dota 2 was released, and Danil was one of the first to try it out. Dota 2 developers had big plans for it, and after learning about this, the Ukrainian Navi esports organization, better known as Navi, decided to take advantage of the moment and create a team in this discipline, which then invited Dendi. On December 25, 2010, a new stage in Ishutin's career began, a change of playing discipline and the transfer to the Navi team. In the new team, Danil was given one of the key roles, the role of the mid-line player. Soon, Navi was invited to the first Dota 2 tournament in Cologne, the International 2011, which ended with a triumph. In the finals of the tournament, the guys met their old friends, the team eHome, and defeated them 3-1, receiving the main prize of $1 million, which was a record amount at the time.
Navi just won $1 million! eHome do take $250,000 in second place, but Navi are the champions.
By the way, the team hadn't lost a single game before the final, thus confirming its status as a favorite with each victory. It's noteworthy that the Ukrainian team had to change their previous tactics to win, resulting in Dendi's first time playing as a new character, Enigma, and the risk was justified. It's also worth noting that he became particularly famous for playing on Pudge in one of the final games, where he demonstrated incredible efficiency, killing an average of one opponent every minute. And nobody expected the Chinese team to be defeated like that, and since then, there's been a common expression in the esports community, a Chinese guy in a minute. Subsequently, this technique became Danil's brand identity. After such a grand championship, Dota 2 became the most popular computer game. The Navi team won the title of the strongest team in this discipline, and Dendi was recognized as the best player in the winners. By the way, 2011 was marked by another important event for our hero. Danil received a higher education, graduating from the Ukrainian Academy of Printing in Lviv with a degree in automation and computer technology. The following year, the team took part in the second International 2012 tournament.
Oh, there's the sleep, the surge, he catches everyone! Oh, this could be a total disaster! Vacuum in! Ravage on everyone! The black hole is low, right above it, turns it around! Ravage is low, stolen by Dendi! Are you kidding me? They turn it around, 4 heroes dead!
But was unable to repeat the success, losing in the final game. For second place, the Navi earned $250,000. However, in 2013, the team was one step away from victory, losing to the Swedish Alliance in the finals. The game made history as one of the most epic in the history of the Dota scene.
A quarter HP Alliance surrounding from all sides.
BKB, they want this round! They're gonna do it! The Kings of the North!
Alliance wins! They win TI3!
The silver medal brought the Navi a total of $632,000, and yet at the tournament, in the third decisive game against Tong Fu, Dendi showed an incredible combination with Certain Puppy, who chose the character Chen, and Danil chose Pudge. Danil just drew the opposing characters to the fountain, where the opponents were left with no chance.
Navi, he got him! One more! This is what you call...
This game became one of the most exemplary moments for Dendi playing this character, performing a real show in the arena. After a while, Valve balanced the bundle of these characters so it can't be repeated again. In just a few years of his professional career, Ishutin became not only the first champion of the International, but also a 7-time champion of Star Ladder tournaments, 2-time champion of ESWC, and repeated winner and medalist of tournaments at various levels. Danil also set a KDA record, a hero score in the game showing his performance, and was one of the 3 main players in Dota 2 who received special attention in the free-to-play documentary, which appeared on screens in 2014.
Something knock you down, you need to learn to get up. So I'm trying to research this, to learn to get up.
In addition, in 2013, our hero took 7th place in the world ranking of the highest paid gamers, earning $275,000 personal prize money. In the following years, the team's results deteriorated significantly due to problems within the organization. The championship team was disbanded, and only Dendi remained in the team for many years, playing side by side with 20 gamers from different countries. In some seasons, he was even the captain of the Navi. Danil was the only player to attend World Championships with the same team. No one can boast such consistency on the professional Dota scene. In 2014, Navi shared 7 to 8 places at the main Dota 2 tournament, earning $519,000, and in 2015, they fell to 13 to 16 places, receiving only $55,000. In 2016, the trend continued and the team shared 13 to 16 places again, earning $104,000. But in 2017, the team didn't participate in the International at all, as it didn't pass the qualifying stage. However, Dendi still appeared at the championship. He was invited to play Showmatch against Artificial Intelligence, a special bot designed to train professional Dota 2 players. Soon, he also played 2 games against another bot, but lost both times. Then Danil encountered massive hatred. Many Navi fans blamed Dendi for the team's poor performance. In particular, they criticized him for the fact that he didn't give way to the young. While he himself could no longer win, the management of the organization also got their share of hatred for keeping Danil as part of Navi because of his media popularity and receiving huge sums of money from contracts with sponsors. All this led to the fact that in September 2018, the team management announced a new lineup in which Dendi was no longer listed, although the contract hadn't expired yet. As a sign of respect for the player in the organization, it was decided to include Danil Ishutin in the Hall of Fame of the Navi team. By that time, the Ukrainian esports player had managed to earn more than $730,000. In October-November of the same year, Danil played as a substitute player in several teams. In January 2019, he joined the Tigers team, for which he played for 3 months. And in June of the same year, he joined the Pango team, with which he participated in the qualifying games of the CIS area for the Dota 2 tournament, but couldn't qualify. In August 2019, Ishutin's contract with Navi was officially terminated, and he became a free agent. At the same time, he tried his hand as an analyst at the International 2019 and hinted that he plans to assemble his own team. In January 2020, our hero officially presented his esports organization, which was named B8. A month later, the team played its first tournament, where it split 5th to 6th places, earning $12,000. This performance was the best during the existence of the organization, because later the performance of B8 significantly fell. By May 2020, the team and its leader Dendi set a world record for the highest number of defeats, losing on 24 maps in a row. Then, Danil received a new round of criticism from Dota 2 fans who sent him to the position of coach or to retirement altogether. He justified the poor performance of B8 by the fact that the team was too young, and the tournaments in which they participated were difficult for a novice team that was not used to playing together. Along with Dota 2, Ishutin's organization assembled a team on Counter-Strike Global Offensive, whose performance was much better. On February 24, 2022, because of the Russian troops' invasion of Ukraine, Ishutin's life, as well as his organization's, was divided into before and after. At first, Dendi couldn't even train with the Dota 2 team. He spends most of his time helping war victims. For example, Danil has taken in a former teammate from Kharkiv, together with whom he holds streams and takes part in charity games, the proceeds of which go to the needs of Ukraine. In the summer of 2022, Ishutin announced the disbanding of the Dota 2 team while promising to assemble a new one. It's noteworthy that at the same time, Dendi became the most popular player according to the visitors of the Dota Buff website. Over the years of his career, the guy has earned money not only by participating in tournaments, but also by advertising contracts. In 2014, Danil could be seen in a commercial for headphones of the Danish Steel Series company, and in 2019, he became an ambassador of the American brand of esports accessories HyperX. After establishing his organization, Ishutin signed a sponsorship agreement with the esports.bet betting office. Danil spends his earnings rationally and lives quite modestly. He invests parts of the money in real estate in his native city of Lviv. By the way, he also lives there with his girlfriend Kate, with whom he began a relationship in 2015. The couple has an interesting dating history. Like Danil, Kate is fond of Dota 2, though at an amateur level. One day, she saw on the internet a video of funny moments with Dendi, which she liked very much. She found his page on social networks and wrote to him, but got a reply only 6 months later. It's understandable, because Dendi was already a Dota 2 champion with 1 million fans. Young people started communicating with each other, and a few months later, she came to visit Danil in Lviv. By the way, the girl is from Russia, and she even had to lie to her parents that she was going for a weekend in a neighboring city and not to another country. So they went on visiting each other for a while until one day Kate moved in with Danil. The girl, as well as everyone who knows Ishutin in person, speaks of him as an open, cheerful, and kind person. Even Gabe Newell, the creator of the Valve company, called Dendi the most charismatic player in the world. Do you like Danil Ishutin?
Very hard for me to survive through his changes. I don't like changes. I'm this kind of guy, but I want the stability in my team.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.